Hey, so it's Tuesday, it's about like 11:30 in the morning. I sort of just woke up, feeling super tired. I have a sore throat. I'm not really feeling that good. Wisdom tooth maybe tired me out still because it's healing. And yeah, I just like have no energy. I'm drained. I'm tired and I have no energy to make breakfast, so I'm gonna go over to Starbucks and try some of their fall menu items and then do a little shopping, get some snacks at Shoppers, and then maybe take a little hike at the park nearby and see some of the like autumn leaves. So let's go. It also looks like there's a farmer's market here while I'm on my way to Starbucks, so maybe I'll come back and have lunch there after. So I got the pumpkin latte from Starbucks and it's gonna be my first time trying it. Doesn't really taste pumpkin-y to me. But tastes good. Tastes like fall, but not like pumpkin-y, you know? And it smells really good too. I also got some buttered popcorn because I love popcorn and I don't know, I'm just hungry. Like eating soft food with the wisdom tooth like really makes you hungry for like actual food. I'm gonna try the pumpkin scone, and also I got the spinach feta wrap because I'm hungry and I've never tried it before. And then I'm also going to try the pumpkin loaf. So I'm gonna be trying the spinach, what is it called? Spinach feta wrap. I honestly thought it would be like bigger or like 2 portions of this, but I guess that's how it is. Tastes like Italian and like herby. Yeah, this tastes really good. I like the feta cheese. Feta cheese and spinach always go good together. So this is the view that I was talking about of all the like treetops. It doesn't look like the trees have turned like their fall colors yet, so I'm a bit early, but I tried. So right now I'm gonna be taking a little hike, and like when I was eating the feta wrap or whatever it was called, it was good, but I was getting like gagging reflexes or like feeling like I'm gonna throw up while eating it. I think it's because, like, if you know me, then you know that I have PTSD from being sexually assaulted before. So I think I got triggered from going to the dentist like yesterday, and I felt it while I was at the dentist, like having to throw up or like gagging. And because they were putting like those tubes or like a bunch of instruments in my mouth, and yeah, I guess that's what triggered like my PTSD again. I haven't had PTSD symptoms in a while because I got over it. Like, it took me a while to get over it, but I think going to the dentist just like triggered everything, and now it's like I have to start from scratch. And I was getting like upset with myself because like I've been really good with eating and going to the gym and making sure I'm eating enough, and now I just feel like it's like plummeting. And yeah, so I was getting like upset. I was like almost crying, and it took me a little longer to eat than usual. I was gonna eat I think the pumpkin scone and the pumpkin bread too, but I think I'm gonna save that for later and just like go for a nice walk, get some air. I was also feeling super hot, and I'm also kind of sick, so maybe that's why I got upset. So I just like put my sweater up here and like let some air in. So I'm feeling a little bit better. So yeah, I'm gonna go take a little walk, get some fresh air. I'm also bummed that I didn't get to go to the farmer's market. They close at 2 and they only take cash, so I only had like credit and debit on me. It took longer to eat my breakfast, so I was planning on like finishing it fast, but of course I was experiencing PTSD symptoms, so it took me a little longer to eat, and I didn't get to go to the farmer's market, but I'm guessing they only take cash, so that's kind of like, if I would have went, then I probably wouldn't have been able to buy anything anyways. Right now I'm in Shoppers. I really don't feel good. So I got some all-dressed chips. I don't know why, I've just been like craving them. Got some buttery popcorns. And then I also needed more loofahs, so I got a gray one and a peach one. And then at Shoppers they have like a bunch of Halloween stuff. And so I always need gloves in the wintertime, but it glows in the dark too. It's like a little candy corn that's so cute. And then they had a bunch of like Halloween earrings for like $6. So like 3 earrings for $6. There's like 3 in here. So I got like the Frankenstein ghost and a pumpkin, and then I got black cat, spider, and pumpkin. So cute. So I need to do my Italian video assignment where I have to like talk a little bit in Italian but like reply to some questions. So I'm just like reading it over now. Ciao, mi chiamo Rose. Come stai? I'm bene.
So it's 8 a.m. and like during the nighttime I had to keep using my blue inhaler like every 2 hours or so. I'm able to breathe because I have asthma and I'm sick, so I just decided to get up, sit up, and take like my 2 orange puffers, so hopefully that'll kick in.
So it's 5:30 p.m. I gotta go to the pharmacy, pick up some medication for my lung prednisone. Hey guys, so I got my medication. I have to take like 5 pills at breakfast time. If I take it like later, then it'll cause insomnia and that's not good. They also gave me this mask because they don't let like the fabric ones in the hospital anymore. And it's also getting colder out, so you gotta wear sweaters, jacket, and toques again. I love toques. I literally like live in toques. So yeah, so basically the day before yesterday, I wasn't able to like, I was feeling sick. I had a sore throat, and then yesterday I was just getting progressively worse, and like every time I get like, sometimes when I get sick my asthma like acts up, and so in this case it did. So there's like a lot of swelling in my lungs right now, so it's hard to breathe. But I have like the proper medication now. So I went into like the emergency room yesterday at like 3 p.m. and like my dad drove me with my sister, and like I was literally like gasping for air. I felt like I was breathing through a clogged straw. So yeah, so I had to wait in like the emergency, and it took like forever to like, I got to like see the receptionist. So I was like gasping for air, but like I think there were like 3 people in front of me, so like once I got like my turn, like it was fine. She was like, oh, you're wheezing a lot, and I was like, yeah. And so she gave me the like
inhaler, but it had like the face mask thingy, which is like easier to, I guess, inhale. She like gave me the blue inhaler, but like, you know, the metal part, you have to like, I learned that you have to actually like warm it up first before you use it. And like, she told me to use like double puff 4 times, 8 times. So that's a lot of medication, like speeds your heart rate up a lot. So yeah, that worked. And then I basically saw a doctor. Well, I like had to wait in the waiting room a lot. I saw a doctor. They prescribed me this, and they made me do another round of like the inhaler things 8 times, and then they gave me a different inhaler. They made me do that again, and then they also took blood from me. They made me do a COVID test, which was like uncomfortable because they have to stick it down your nose and like move it around for like 10 seconds, and then your eyes water, but it wasn't that bad. So yeah, I got out at like 8:30ish, so I didn't actually have to stay overnight, which was good. I didn't have to wear that mask, which was good. So yeah, now I'm just I guess taking the week off, going to take my medications and rest a lot. I notice like when I'm sick, I'm like, I don't really eat that much because I have like no energy. I like want like things to like maybe a soup or like a smoothie or something easy, or Jello. And yeah, so I'm feeling a lot better now that I have to take like those 8 puffs, because I didn't know you had to take that many. I thought like I was only taking 1 puff like every 2 hours, and that did not work. So like every 2 hours I'd be like super wheezy. So oh yeah, and also I had to complete like 2 quizzes before, because they were due yesterday, so I had to complete them before I went to the hospital. Otherwise like I wouldn't have had like time to do them. So I was like doing it while I was like so out of breath. So but luckily my professor like sent an announcement, and we could like redo the quiz again, like do it a second time, and she'll count the highest mark. So I'm gonna do that today, because she said today is gonna be the last day to do that. So yay, because I didn't do too good on the first one. I think I got 15 out of 25, which isn't like you pass, but it's not a good mark. So yeah, that was yesterday for me. Today I feel a lot better, and I attended like my Italian lecture in the morning. I did the secret student blog, which I had to like, she gives you like a secret email, and you have to like type in Italian, like answer some questions, basically like reply to her blog, which is pretty easy. So I figured out how to do that. So I did that today. I have to do a group assignment later on when I get home. But yeah, I just wanted to update y'all. Oh, and then also when I was at the hospital, they always make you blow that tube thing, and like mine would only go up to like 100, or like I think the highest mine went was 180, and I think the best is like 500. So I have that. And then like my heart rate was so high, like it was at like I think 140, 141. It was so high because I had like so many of the puffs that went, like the doctor told me like you might shake because your heart rate is super like high. And also I just want to say, like, I haven't had an asthma attack or like been sick and then my asthma activated in so long. Like I think the last time was when I was like a kid. So like they've updated some of the asthma protocols, I guess, or like ways of doing things. Like you have to warm it up first. And they also gave me a hospital inhaler that is like clear, because normally you only have like the blue and the orange, but they gave me like a clear one to use as well. So that was different. Also the face mask thing that attaches was different, and like the way you blow, they taught me like a different way. So it's always something new every time I go for asthma, but I haven't been in so long, so they were like new like ways of doing it. Oh, and also I tried the Starbucks like buttered popcorn. I bought it, but I didn't actually try it out because I was like experiencing my PTSD episode, I guess. And so I tried it. It's fluffy. It's not as buttery as I was thinking it was going to be, but it was good. It had like a different taste to it because it reminded me of the white like cheddar popcorn, which I don't like, but it reminded me of that a little bit with the like the texture, I guess. But yeah, I would have it again. It's really good. So it's about 4 p.m. It's Friday. I missed my morning class for marketing, but I don't think we did anything. I just have to do the quiz later on, the week 3 quiz. I did the other 2 quizzes, and yeah, so I'm gonna try the Starbucks pumpkin loaf and the pumpkin scone because I didn't get to try it yet. So yeah, so I have the pumpkin loaf here. I cut a little piece for myself. It smells really good. It has like the pumpkin bits up like around the crust and pretty thick slice. Tastes like pumpkin bread. Yeah, it tastes good. Kind of reminds me of like carrot cake or like the carrot muffin. And then I'm gonna try the pumpkin scone. It looks really pretty, like with icing and everything. This kind of reminds me of like a cinnamon bun. This doesn't smell as pumpkin-y as the pumpkin loaf. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of cinnamon bun. Tastes a little pumpkin-y. I also recently got my photo card finally, so yeah, that's me. So that means I can finally work. Also, this is the blowy thing that I was talking about, where you have to see that yellow thing? You have to blow it to at least halfway or however far you can go to see like how much oxygen is in your lungs. And then this is the clear inhaler that I was talking about that I got from the hospital. Very different looking. So yeah, today I feel good. I haven't like had to use my inhalers. I don't have to really cough. I still feel like stuff in my lungs. I did take like my medication that I have to take for like 5 days, so I took it today already after my breakfast, and I think I'm just gonna have to use my inhalers in the nighttime because normally that's when I get bad, and my voice is like starting to get back to normal. It like gets super deep when I'm like sick. So yeah, I'm feeling a lot better. I have a little bit more energy, so hopefully not too long before I can get back to like normal. I'm also gonna check if I am positive for COVID because I checked like last night and I didn't get like a result yet, so they said up to 72 hours. So I'm gonna type in the website and then I'm gonna put in my information, Rose Fernandez, and submit. Oh, I'm negative. Result status final, result negative. So I don't have COVID. That's good. So I just have a common cold. Also, while I was like sick for like the past 2 days-ish, I started watching like the D'Amelio show. I don't know how I got into it, but I just like started watching it. It has like 8 episodes and it really gives you like the behind the scenes of what like being on social media really does to like a person of like, I mean like Charlie and Dixie with like millions of like followers on TikTok and Instagram and stuff, and like all the hate comments. And yeah, I didn't expect the show to be like that interesting. I really like the parents for like actually like being there for their kids and like not forcing them to like work all the time, because like Charlie is still like, I think she's like 17 now, but she's like a kid still, so it's like kids shouldn't really be working in my opinion. But yeah, I'm gonna go into like an in-depth review or like my reaction of their like, I think TV series. I don't know what it was actually called, docu-series, I don't know, but I'll go into like a more in-depth series in a couple days, like when I'm a little bit better and I could talk like where my voice isn't like totally deep. Here is Glowy. He's in the tunnel just relaxing in there. And then I gotta feed Tortellini because I haven't fed him yet, so I'm gonna go grab some like weeds outside and bring it in and then feed him. So I'm just gonna grab these, maybe 1, 2, and then these little clovers here. And maybe I'll do another leaf because he is getting bigger. So his hunger is getting bigger too. And yeah, let's see if this fills him up. Little dude already heard me open the little tank. See, he's already coming out. So I'm just gonna take him out because this is like the container that I put him in so I could transport him. So I'm gonna take him out. He's just gonna eat here. Oh, see, he smells it already. Oh wait, let me actually feed him. Okay, there we go. Grabbed it for me. Oh, he's so cute. Yeah, he is getting bigger. I've noticed like his talons, like his nails and his legs are getting longer. He can climb a lot more. He's a lot comfortable when I like take him or like I hold him. When he was a baby, like he was so shy. So yeah, I'm just gonna let Tortellini eat his food, his little feast. I'll put these closer. He can smell them though. He can smell. See, look, he can smell. And also, what I've noticed about Tortellini, he always finishes everything that's on his plate. Like, if there's even like a crumb, he'll finish it. Oh, he's so cute. Just chomping away. I honestly wonder like how big he'll get. And I kind of do want to get like more tortoises. Just so they could all be like hanging out together. And I just love tortoises. They're like the perfect pet, very low maintenance, like to take care of. You just need the lamp, like the heat lamp and the light. That's basically it, just for 12 hours. And then they eat like weeds that you can find in your yard. Eat up, Tortellini, eat up. Also, I don't know if they have teeth yet. So, right now I'm going to let Tortellini finish eating, and then I'm gonna do my marketing quiz, introduction to marketing. So I don't actually study for like any of my courses. I just like do the assignments and the quizzes and everything, and I'm doing all right. Yeah, I'm not really like the best student because I don't study, but you know, I get by. So I just went to Starbucks before they closed at like 8 o'clock, and I got the apple crisp macchiato that I wanted to try. This is like the last fall item on their menu that I wanted to try. So yeah. It smells more like apple crisp, but it tastes more like coffee. So yeah, now I'm just going to edit this video and then call it a night. So yeah, that was some college days in my life. I was sick for these days, but you know, I still filmed, and I am gonna start making more like vlogs and like more like college, like college week in my life vlogs, or like college days in my life, weekend in my life, and I'm gonna start doing like fun things on the weekend. Because I feel like it's just easier to like clump things together rather than like making separate videos all the time and like posting them separately. So I'm gonna try to do this, and yeah, so I hope you like this and stay tuned for more to come.